Hi, Gary from Fugitive Bushcraft here, and today I'm really lucky to be interviewing Perry McGee.
Gary, how you doing, eh?
I'm fine, thank you.
Well,
A couple of things, Perry. You've got your advanced tracking book you've been telling us about.
Yep.
You want to tell us a little bit more about that?
Okay, that's due for release next year. It's a comprehensive tracking book that covers all aspects, from geographic to fugitive, self-defence, to emergency, to search and rescue. It covers all the aspects, all in one book. It's never been done before, it's taken us a couple of years to do. It's being published, I can't say the date, but it'll be out next year.
Right.
It's been done in conjunction with another advanced tracker, a guy called Jamie.
Okay. And your book pattern is going to be quite a tome. It's going to be quite.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. Certainly, all the things in previous books are included in. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there that's not been mentioned elsewhere. There's a lot of drills and patterns. There's a lot of skills, ranging from like the top end down to the. And it is, of course, an advanced tracking.
Yeah.
So it does include that.
Okay, and at the moment, if they really want to get a book, there's also your
tracking handbook. Yeah, you can get that online. Just click online. And, basic tracking handbook with a lot of useful material in.
Yeah.
Sort of the precursor to the advanced one. And a lot of the stuff in there has got some genuine stuff in, like the advanced book, from real life situations. We obviously, in my world, we just use the examples of real life stuff in the book.
I mean, as I said to you, I've already brought that one.
Yeah, good.
Signed for me, thank you very much.
No worries.
But there is actually stuff in there. I've seen some of it before, but there's also a lot of really kind of, wow, I didn't know that. That kind of stuff in it as well. So it's still worth getting, I think.
Oh, big time, yeah. Oh, yeah, big time, yeah. I mean, a lot of comments that you get, feedback that you get in relation to the tracking handbook, it's not a basic book at all. It's actually quite in depth.
Yeah.
I have so much to pass, and I'm keen to pass the advanced level, going on about aggressive and non-aggressive counter-tracking measures and stuff like that. It's best probably to start with the basic one and then move on to it,
Yeah.
So yeah, there's lots of material.
And they'll be able to get that book from your new shop?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, the trackingshop.com goes live, went live a few days ago. And,
there you go, trackingshop.com.
Yeah, good man, and we're looking forward to dealing with if anybody has any issues and stuff or wants to be interested in anything that we're doing, projects that we're doing. If they just email us, we'll get back to them and help them as best we can.
Cool.
Yeah.
And one of the books we've all been waiting for, okay, this goes back to my childhood, is the updated No Need to Die.
Absolutely, yeah. First of all, I need to apologise to an awful lot of people, although it's not my fault. The publishers were supposed to have that book ready for here.
Right.
We had signing sessions keyed up here. For whatever reason, they haven't done it. And but it will be out fairly soon. They've assured me it's going to be out fairly soon.
Any day.
Any day, mate. Yeah.
Any day.
Absolutely,
Keep checking the website.
I mean, No Need to Die is a follow-on from Dad's famous book. The original. It's actually called Complete No Need to Die. That covers some pretty interesting stuff. That comes from my background. Things, for example, escape from buildings, and it's like an everyday guide for everyday people in emergencies. Terrorism, everything's basically in there. There's an entire chapter, for example, on traps, and all that kind of stuff. A lot of the bushcrafters and everybody else probably, would like to read that and compare it to the original. Obviously the original. Which is, I don't think I could ever follow. It took 5 years to get to the complete No Need to Die. So there's certainly a lot of material in there. And by the way, it's the forerunner of another.
Oh, is it a good one after that?
Yeah, very much so.
Brilliant.
So the character that's in it.
Survival Sam.
Hey, there you go.
Oh,
Sam,
you kept Survival Sam going as well.
Oh, big time.
Oh,
yeah. One of the keen aspects of No Need to Die was Dad's original drawings.
Yeah.
In them days, obviously way back, before sort of Great Nares and all that kind of stuff, Dad had the idea to draw cartoons of Survival Sam, and everybody likes Survival Sam. We're going to animate Survival Sam down the line, and we've got a Survival Sam series of children's books.
Great.
Goes trapping, tracking, all that kind of stuff, and hopefully they'll be out later this year. But as you can imagine, there's a fair bit to do.
Yeah.
So,
Because you have had, it's kind of, people might not be aware that you've actually had a very, very busy career in all sorts of things. You've been shot at by poachers, you had to deal with landmines.
Not today.
Not a lot today, no. But
although I should have
tomorrow,
been
isn't
some
it?
of these. Tomorrow, yeah. Yeah, very much so, mate.
It's not as if you're short of experience in any of this.
No. I mean, obviously, prior to how I sort of started is when I was a little boy. I used to go with my dad when he ran the Army Survival School.
Yeah.
Way back in the sort of 60s, 70s. And I kind of grew up with going on survival courses, what you now deem bushcraft.
Yeah.
And I picked up on it all and got involved, and I've seen throughout the many years, I've seen all different this industry develop. I kind of went into the police, and I went into a specialist. I went into the CID.
Yeah.
And then from the CID, I got into the world of surveillance and things like that. And actually, tracking, the specialised part of tracking, and law enforcement do actually cross over. And I, because of my background, have linked the two together, like forensic crime scene tracking and that kind of stuff.
Which your dad used to teach as well.
Big time,
absolutely.
original.
I remember seeing him on the news in forensics with Derbyshire police.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, absolutely. And I kind of carried on the mantle.
Yeah.
They say following in his footsteps, but that's a bit cheesy. So what I do is yes, I have felt, and I've raised the profile as well, or I'm trying to raise it. Because tracking is for bushcraft, it's free, and it's a great thing to learn. Once learned, never forgotten. The more you do, the better you get.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Dirt time. Yeah, and you know, it's something that you can pass on to your family, pass on to your children, to guys. You know, I've been out in the woods just now. You know, and that's just tracking. The subject being human, it broadens out to animal poaching, conservation work, border protection, property protection, you know, all the sort of stuff that you can do. We've honed and specialised in. Actually, a lot of that is covered in that book that I mentioned. Advanced Tracking.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're also obviously developing products.
Yes, go on,
what we've done is we've developed, and it was an original request of my own man's, was to create a range of products that could be used by people involved in tracking. A lot of nonsense involved in tracking, but what we've done, for example, is we've created this pro tracking range, and we've got.
Let me just move the camera a bit closer so people can see
no worries.
what we're talking of then.
Okay.
I can't see where your hands are.
Just okay. Yeah, you're right there.
You see that?
So yeah, we got the Pro Tracker tool.
Yeah.
Okay. Essentially, it is a tool and not a knife, and it's more designed for the professional tracking operative to use. But for the bushcrafting fraternity, it's a great little gimmick. You know, a great piece of kit. It's manufactured by Staniforth Scorpion Knives in Sheffield. So it's made out of Sheffield.
Who made the Chris Kane knife and the Lofty Wiseman?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, good reputation.
Yeah. We're talking, you know, one of the better knife established companies in the UK. And what we have essentially is a working tool and a McCarter handle, solid tang. Your readers and your viewers will know exactly what that means. And on here you can see like a series of holes and also graded measurements. Yeah. You can also see the number there, which I think on that one is 123 or 132. And what that means is it's got it.
Okay.
Oh, you want that on, do you?
I'll just make sure we have.
All right, mate.
Yeah. I'll just do a bit of a zoom in for them. Yeah, Karen.
Okay, yeah, we got the number. Now that number is a specific number designated to the user, and when a customer buys it, what they do is they actually get a certificate of competence as well, and authenticity, as in being made at Staniforth Scorpion Knives. The holes that are in it, well, first of all, there's a working side and a cutting side. Yeah. And obviously you can see the length of it, and it's quite a hefty thing. It has a cutting edge here and also a working side here. And what we can do here is, if you can imagine it being struck by bamboo or wood or whatever like that, it's been used to cut. On the other side, you can see the measurement lines, which can be used for the depth of sign, can be used for things like ballistic probes and all that kind of stuff, or the depth of sign. But essentially,
and this comes with tools as well. Yeah,
that's right. Okay, on the back of the sheath, okay, the ballistic probes and a flint striker. Flint striker speaks for itself. But what you've actually got is the ability to set the device together and put it in or over sign. And what it does...
Sign is a footprint in
okay,
a
sign
line.
is anything, but in this particular case it would be ground sign. And what you would be able to do is with a camera you'd be able to use styration marks to copy and compare against other footwear or shoe impressions or whatever the sign is. It doesn't have to be that, it could be scat, for example, measuring the size of scat. It just saves the old adage of leaving a cigarette or a bullet next to it, all that kind of stuff. Plus, it gives integrity because it's yours, and if anyone ever says that's what it is. And of course, in the professional world, you need to show integrity as well.
And if they want to examine the markings and make sure they are those markings, you can give them the tool.
Absolutely,
and they can check
absolutely. And also things like tyre marks, tyre pressures,
tyre tracks.
Yeah, anything like that. Any sign that this tool can be useful for. Yeah. The other sort of side to it is how the probes. There's a Mark 1 and a Mark 2. Essentially, the Mark 1 is the polished version. Mark 2 is the parkerized version, which is dark. And essentially, what happens is that the probes, that again, which are marked with measurements, American and here, what you would do is you would put the probe through. And the reason it's got so many holes in is so that you can extend the tool over the sign. And again, if you take it out, highlight it, and put it down, you'll be able to see from the top. You'll be able to see the lines. So it very much depends on what the sign is. And of course, it has the ability to cut as well. And all that fits in a Cordura sheath like that, which is designed to fit on your jacket there.
It goes on your shoulder.
Yep. Like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a reverse. You pull it out, reverse grip, then, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And the other thing as well, it's obviously sharp as well. The other thing as well, this is like, with all the stuff that it's kind of lazy to think in tracking. Oh, that's animals and that's it. But this is a knife that you've really designed based on your experience of having to deal with poachers and. It's got like a clip point. I know when we were in the forces, we used to get like airdrops or whatever.
Yeah.
A lot of it was encrated, and the easiest way to get into that was clip point blade.
Yeah, absolutely.
We used to use bayonets mostly because we didn't have
absolutely.
anything posh like this.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And you've changed the grip. There's quite a few photos about at the minute.
Yeah.
Showing a different grip to this, isn't there?
Yeah, this is a McGee handle.
Yeah, this is.
And it's a big difference to the original ones we had. Were a wooden one, which were very similar to Loftie's machete.
But you've changed this because you can't hold that with mitts. And,
absolutely, yeah.
So Arctic conditions.
We were having complaints that they sort of hurt hands and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the other thing with this is that you can grind it down to your own, to your own grip and stuff. Yeah. McCarter
and it doesn't soak, and these don't soak. McCarter doesn't soak up the water either, does it? They're kind of and at the end of the day, if you did have any problems, say you dropped it from a great height and it did break the McCarter, you can undo it and fashion a new one out of wood.
Of course you can.
You could even go back to Staniforth and say, can you
and they will.
Get me a
and
new
they will.
handle?
I think their policy is to do that. Yeah. They're actually a great company to deal with.
In the sheath as well, it's also got the plastic. There's a plastic lining here, so it doesn't. It's not going to just cut through or anything.
They take some hammer. They take some hammer, and of course, in sort of Arctic environments. Oh, and on it, by the way, you've got the tracking beads. Now, with the tracking beads, they're made by the Scouts, so some of the profits to this go to the Scouts,
lovely.
Which is always a bonus, isn't it? Yeah. And everybody knows how to work tracking beads, and they just form part of the equipment,
And to me, this is like it reminds me of a little mini cookery.
Yeah.
And also the Wilkinson sword, the old Wilkinson sword survival knife that I used to have.
Okay,
It's not quite as weighty.
Yeah.
But it's got kind of that chopping, and you can really give it some abuse.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you can use it chopping, cutting.
Yeah.
It's very nice, I have to say. And the quality, guys, on the sheath and everything else, the stitching, the workmanship on these, and it's not just this one I've looked at. Perry's got a whole display inside the tent, and they're all excellent quality.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I mean, you're going to get that with Scorpion knives. You're going to get quality.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So that's it for the moment, guys.